You probably won't be surprised when in this video I expose another hypocrisy of Sadiq Khan, the London mayor. But it's important to do it every now and then as a reminder. Watch this. Okay, so let's talk about the lovely Labour mayor of London, the man who single-handedly managed to destroy this city, the capital of our country, not just in terms of the hospitality sector going down, not just in terms of the housing sector completely being a mess, not just because he's managed to create a high-tax society in London, not just because he's completely damaging everyday people's lives with his green policies, whether it's the low traffic neighborhoods or the ultra low emission zones and everything else he's been doing. And also, obviously, his mismanagement of Transport for London, TfL, and the infrastructure of the city. But he's going around. He tweeted this with a video because he's very much into cycling. He wants everybody in London to either walk or cycle, okay? No cars. He doesn't like cars. He said, "It's fantastic to see the lighter evenings bringing more cyclists out onto London's roads." He tweeted this a couple of days ago. Evening time. "By choosing cycling and walking, Londoners are making our streets healthier for everyone." Yeah, okay. I mean, there will be some people who definitely need to use their cars. You definitely have a lot of pensioners and elderly people who are here in London who can't cycle and walk. I mean, what are you talking about? And considering the bus network has been a mess recently in London, and considering even TfL is was adding more to the cost of travel, are you sure that this is the right policy? Probably not, but the problem is, he's a hypocrite. I'm going to expose him. Let's firstly watch this video that he did, well, he posted on his Twitter account, being proud of London. Okay, yeah, he wants London to be that. Fair enough, right? That's his view. The problem is, guess how Sadiq Khan himself gets to work, from his house to his office. When he leaves his house with that sad face. Why does he always look so sad? But this is the car he uses. This is a £300,000, a 5-litre armoured Range Rover. And this image that you can see on the screen, they don't just use one car. I don't understand why. They act like it's some sort of like a president or something, because there's a whole... You can see there's another one behind it. They use multiple cars because, well, he needs to be safe. Are you kidding me? At least, I mean, firstly, that's against net zero because he's obsessed with net zero. But apparently it's fine for him to drive or be driven to work. But the issue with this is that, first things first, even Boris Johnson, in defense of Boris Johnson, which is rare for me to say, when he was mayor of London, because he was in favor of cycling and all that, at least he didn't just preach, he acted on it. He used to cycle to work as mayor. He used to just put his helmet on and cycle and go, "Oh, I'm Boris Johnson," get a Boris bike, go to City Hall, and he used to wave at people, and people were like, "Oh, it's Boris." Done. At least he wasn't a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite because you were driven to work in a Range Rover, expensive car, and also very much against anti-net zero. But again, it's a perfect example. One rule for us, the plebs. Another rule for the rulers and the elite. Yeah. The sad reality is, these days, the elite, the reason we have no respect for them is because compared to the past, and when you had the elite, the upper classes, the establishment who were born to rule, that was just the default position of society. But now, the elite used to be one of us. They were basically former commoners and plebeians. And now they become so arrogant, so greedy, so corrupt, because they weren't used to it. The moment they get to power, they just get overexcited. The moment they get approached by a lobby firm and with all the money in suitcase, they say, oh, this is exciting, because they are corruptible, even compared to the past, compared to the old school as establishment people who used to be born to rule. Not that that was also a better system, but they were less corruptible because they didn't need the money. They were not really. They just saw it as, well, it's just, we're entitled to rule because we are the ones in a position of power. It was a bit arrogant, obviously, but at least it couldn't corrupt them. But these guys, it's absolutely chaotic. They claim to be the smart ones. They claim to be the wise father figures to create a nanny state, the big brother. But at the end of the day, they are more corrupt than me and you, the everyday people in the country. Well, we are the idiots who keep voting for them. Not necessarily for Sadiq. I'm not really sure how many people watching this video voted for Sadiq, but that's the reality, unfortunately. But it's good every now and then to remind people of the hypocrisy of our politicians, regardless of what party colours they have. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.